my calendar on my cell phone. It's 7:31 a.m. on 12/29/2015, and I thought I'd talk about the temporary services. Here, I got a list of them right here of all the ones I know of. Not in alphabetical order or nothing. They're just as I found them. And the ones that I can't work for. The ones I can't work for because of something stupid, which they shouldn't be able to do. And then after they decide that they don't want me working. They don't want me working at all, even though I qualify for many positions. I was a CNC router operator for 10 years. I was a forklift driver for I don't know how many decades as a material handler. In the last job I worked at, I drove a forklift and you have like 25, 30 foot bundles of steel that are probably, I'd say 2,000-3,000 pounds each, and they go 25, 30 feet like this, so you carry them, and you got you got about a car weight, how much a car weighs, 2,000-3,000 pounds, and you got 25 feet out, and it's sort of like lumber, except it's more dangerous because the steel's slipperier. But these are the and I used to hand walk stuff on. It was a very physical job, lift heavy stuff, and I impressed everybody. They called me Little Herc, called me Little Herc because of my strength and my size. I was little and I was strong, so Little Herc. But these are the temporary services, and manpower. Okay, that's my first one on the list. Here's my list. I don't know if you can see that or not on the video, but here's my list. And this is Kalamazoo, Michigan. In Kalamazoo, Michigan, these are the temporary services. Okay, this is Manpower, the one on Balt Street, 310 Balt Street. I went over there for an interview. I sat out in the parking lot. At the time I had a car, and I have a driver's license now. But I had a van. I sold last June. First part of last June, I had a van I used to drive around. But now I'm by bike. I'm by 21 speed, 29-inch tire bike. Pedal bike. But anyway, I ain't worked since. I've worked about 6 months, I'd say, since 2005. 2005, I got unemployment for like a year or so, and I made maximum unemployment at the time because I was making $17 an hour. One year I made almost, I made $49,000, almost $50,000, $50K. But and here's my list of the temporary services. Manpower, I go to Manpower, okay, and I set out in the parking lot for, I'd say 5-10 minutes because I was there early. I walk in at time, and we start talking. Oh, you're late. They're trying to say I was late. Why? I lived less than a mile. I had a car. Why would I be late? They're liars. Manpower people are liars. But so we discussed. We started talking and stuff, and I had my interview right, and I feel it was okay. Everything was okay. And then I go back to try to, for apply for. They have some pretty nice jobs sometimes. Manpower does. And say, okay, yeah, I'd like to try. Well, oh, you can't work for us. Then I go to Manpower. They say, oh, you can't work for us. You can't. I go, why? They say, oh, you said something we didn't like. You said something. I said something you didn't like. How vague is that? It's pretty vague. These guys are liars. Manpower. And I can't work to them. I can't work to them to this day. I've called them up. They blackballed me. Blackballed means you can't ever work for them ever again. That's bullshit. I can see for a few months, a year, 2 years, but hell, this is 10 years. You know, since like 2007, so not 10 years. So let's see. So this is 15. So what's that? 8? Yeah, 8 years. 8 years later. Oh, you can't work for us. You said something. Yeah, I know it wasn't cussing or nothing. I don't do that in an interview. I mean, I can cuss, but I didn't do it in the interview. Aerotech, they're over on Water Street. These guys see my resume. They call me. I've made out application there anyway too. Um, but they see my resume online. They call me. They start talking about this and that and the other thing, and then the job. You know what I've done in the past, stuff like that. And then now today I'm calling them, and they're saying they got jobs. Yet they, if I don't call them, I never hear from them. So I call them. But I don't know what's going on there with Aerotech. Express Employment, I call them. Those guys are real crack ups. Express Employment, they're over on Stadium Drive. I ain't never went there, but I talked to him on the phone. The guy's goofy. He's goofy in his head. He's going, oh, if you don't got a solid work history, we can't help you. Why would I need them if I had a solid? And they're not even that well known. They're more basically internet express employment, but they're over on Stadium Drive. I mean, if I had a solid work history, what would I need them for? They're not even that. They're like an off the wall employment temporary service. Advanced employment. Shit, I worked with them one day, one partial night. Actually, all right, it wasn't night, but I mean, before 12. But they called me up like at 9 o'clock, I think, or 8 o'clock, and they had this guy that does carpentry work and tile work and stuff like that. We had to rip some tile off of a restaurant floor, and that's what we did. But advanced employment, they're over on Westmead, South Westmead. Advanced employment, they require that you work in Michigan. While this guy goes outside of Michigan, he goes to Indiana, right? And we're working in Indiana, right? And we're not even supposed to do that. He offers us all jobs, which employer's not supposed to do that either. And most of them took it. But we get going back from Indiana to Michigan, and this guy says he hits a little patch of ice, right? And there's guardrails here and there. Here we are. He hits a patch of ice. He steps on the gas for some reason instead of the brake. And now we're spinning out of control. We're spinning. We're going north south like that, spinning right down the highway, going 60 miles an hour, and we're spinning, and we end up in a snowbank, right? And he's got it's a 4x4. He's sitting there, bam! He's almost tipping the damn thing over every time he hits the gas. We're almost tipping because the snow was like this deep. But it was 4x4. We did get out of it. He said, "Oh, I ain't having no cops. I ain't having no cops. Get into this." Because I think he was high. But on marijuana, I think, or his drug of choice. But I'm saying, settle down, just ease it out of it. Instead of trying to jump out of it. He's trying to jump out, step on, jump, crazy. I said, let's ease out of this. Let's ease out of it. Instead, we won't tip this damn vehicle over. But we got out of it. We got going back. Never worked for them again. That's doing advanced employment. On staff, they're over on Portage Road. On staff, USA. It was not. It used to be called just on staff, I think, staffing or something like that. On staff. But now it's called On Staff USA. They're over on Portage Road. I worked for them for a month, I think it was, maybe 2 months, almost 2 months, for Bentler. making. I was a robot welder. I was a robot welder at Bentler, making or welding the lower control arm of parts, and they get real hot. You put them on you put them through the stamper and then on a rack that you hang it. And man, I touched my arm on that and burnt the shit out of my arm. That's why I got that tattoo. Cover up that scar from Bentler. But I decided to go ahead and put one on that side. But I'm not lopsided with a tattoo like this. But anyway, that was on staff. That was on staff at the time. Now it's on staff USA and still on Portage Road. But they said I didn't give them 2 weeks notice when I went from Bentler to Intercal, and as a material handler, that's where I made $49,000 a year, in 1 year. But they said I didn't give them 2 weeks notice, and I did. So I'm blackballed from them. I go back. It was like 10 years later, about 2015, I think it was, or not 20. This is 2015. See, that's 2005, and I went back. I think 2008 or something, or 10, probably 10. So that's what. It's 5 years later. I go back 5 years later. They said, "Oh no, you can't work for us because you didn't give us 2 weeks notice." I gave them 2 weeks notice. That's bullshit. Man, next time I do that shit, I'm gonna get some signatures saying when I gave them that notice, because that's bullshit. On Staff USA is bullshit. They were on staff when I was working for them, but now they're on Staff USA. Employment Group. They got me a job. Yeah, they got me a job, and it was a messy job, man. Oil and water on a lathe, and you get that shit all over you. It's just hard not to. And then they do all aluminum parts. The place I work for, Bowers Manufacturing. They do all aluminum parts. Shit, man, you get one little shaving on the bed where you put your part. Man, that thing's messed up. And then you gotta blow it dry. You gotta blow it because it's got the oil water running through it. And then people, you have trouble with the lathes not running right because they get bogged up with all the shavings that after you're cutting the parts and stuff, and or routing, it kind of reams the part, set up to ream the part. The lathe is, and then you got like 10 gallons of oil water in a reservoir, and then probably 2 or 3 gallons in the bed itself of the lathe. Well, these people, it starts running badly, so they add more water to that reservoir while the bed is full of fluent, the water, oil, and then they go on break. They turn the machine off, right? I don't even know why you should have to turn off the machine. It can be running. It ain't gonna hurt nobody. And I just leave it running. I never did, but I mean, if I had my choice, I'd just leave it running. Because once you turn that machine off, all that, I don't know, 3 or 4 gallons that were in there, plus the added water oil, lubricant, plus the added shit, that thing would be over. So it'd be overflowed after 10 minutes of break. It'd be overflowed on the floor, and you have 3 or 4 gallons of water on the floor of oil water, and you have to clean it up. When it was just a mess, man. That floor was always a mess. Had oil dry with the oil in it. It smelled. And oil, man. Whew. I know how I'd run it. Just put a screen in there on a second screen, and just empty that screen each time it fills up with the shavings, and that way you don't have that problem. That's the way I'd do it. But Employment Group got me that job. I'm going, oh man, I just didn't show. I was a no-show. I was done with that. Accountant Temps, I'm not sure about that. They're over on, Employment Group is on Lovers Lane, but across the street from Norwich, kitty corner kind of. But anyway, accountant Temps, they're on Crosstown Parkway. I don't know about them. Specialized Staffing, I've read they have like signs on different carpool places and other places. Specialized staffing, I'm not sure about them. Trillion staffing, you go there, you go to, there's like 2 offices on Gaw Road. One big ass high rise. I don't know why they gotta have a big ass high rise like that. It's like 12 floors, I think. And what the hell for? It's temporary staffing. And then they got another one. It's just a 1-story, farther, a couple miles down the road. And you go in there. I updated my resume. Oh yeah, you just call in. You saw a call, and you just, if we have a job for you, let you know. That's Trillium Staffing. They're on Gaw Road, 2 places. Deco Employment. I might have to go through them. I never went to them. Deco Employment, and they do a lot of work with Bentler. And most employees at Bentler, temporary employees at Bentler, are through Deco Employment, so I might have to try them. Employment Plus. They changed their name to Resource MFG. Ooh, Employment Plus. This is the worst. This is the worst temporary place that you can work for. They have a contract with Ray Coating. Ray Coating is like the worst company around. You only work there. They only got a few full-time staff people. The other people are employees through Employment Plus. Plus what? Plus you get a in the ass. Now they're called Resource MFG. I wonder why they changed the name. I wonder why they changed the name. Okay, I go, my caseworker at DHS, welfare, food stamps. My caseworker at DHS referred me to Resource MFG. I didn't know it was Management Plus at the time. But yeah, I call them up and they're going, oh yeah, we're over on Southwest, on that, by that one steel cage that you walk across the Southwestern, because Southwestern is always busy, so they got a steel cage that you walk across to get across that if you want to go up there. And they're right there, right? That's where Employment Plus or Resource MFG now. I wonder why they changed their name. My uncle, he was professional home builder, brand new homes, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 houses, $500,000, $1 million houses. He when he first started, and after a few years, he filed bankruptcy, and then he resumed business under another name. Now it's called Watts Construction, but he knew how to do the law. So he filed bankruptcy one day, and the next day he was back in business the same, next day. So Employment Plus, that's what Resource MFG. Ooh, Resource MFG. Man, this is the worst temporary service you can work for. They had me signing this paper. Oh, you're gonna be on call, right? Okay, whatever. You're gonna be on call for right coding. Ooh. And that means when they call me. I got half an hour to get there or an hour to get there. If I ain't, then you're done. They got some stupid women working there, man. Some stupid, silly in the head women working there. And I've never seen a guy work there. I think they're all lesbians. I don't know, but probably all gay, I'd say. But and just stick a few married ones in there just to cover up. but yeah, they're all women there, man. I don't think I've ever seen them. And Resource MFG. Anyway, my caseworker at DHS referred me to them. Oh, they have janitor jobs off the butt. They need them immediately, right? They need janitor jobs immediately. I was a janitor in Norris when I was going there for 11th, 12th grade year. I was janitor and did windows, of course, because Lower Norris is all windows. But and I did janitor job. But so I go here. All right, first I call them and say, oh yeah, because I think I'm calling Resource MFG, right? And oh yeah, we're because I'm asking where they're at, and they're over on Southwest Needs, 3711 Southwest Needs, and I'm going, oh okay, yeah, you're Employment Plus. Oh, I hang up the phone. I'm going, oh my God, I gotta go through this lowest form of life, temporary service, Employment Plus or Resource or MFG, Resource MFG. Oh my God! I wonder why they changed the name. They got on their big picture window, right? They got we're hiring. They got about 30 little things about this big saying we're hiring. I walk in there, I do the tests and stuff. I pass with no problem. Even this one question, which was stupid and had nothing to do with anything, and it was wrong. I mean, they were wrong, and they even admitted they were wrong, but they go, oh, but we have to mark this wrong. Do you still want to answer it? I said, no. I'm trying to think of the question. The question was, which of these tools, and then it gives you 4 or 5 tools, which of the, I've done a lot of carpentry work. I was a landlord from 86 to 92. I did a lot of carpentry. I did this drywall shit, did that drywall shit on the ceiling, painted it, framed it in, everything. I was a landlord from 86 to 92, okay? I worked with hammers, nails, screws, different tools. You name it, I worked with them. I was a landlord from 86 to 92. I ain't gonna answer that question. The question was, how do you put 2 pieces of wood together? What's the best tool to put 2 pieces of wood together? Where's the nail at? They got a hammer. They got pliers. They got crowbar, I think it was. Some other stupid shit. It's kind of a stupid ass question. It's stupid. It doesn't have anything to do with, I have hammer. I ain't gonna put down a hammer. You can't put 2 pieces of wood together with a hammer. I don't give a damn what you do. Unless you take the claw, let's say 2 by 4s, then take the claw. If it's a claw hammer, which it doesn't say, because there's many types of other ball peen hammer, doesn't have no claw on it. Other hammers don't. Sledgehammer don't have no claw. If it's a claw hammer, you could take the claw hammer, take 2 pieces of 2 by 4 like this, right? And jam that claw hand, jam the claw part of that hammer into them 2 by 4s so that it's like that with a jaw. Yeah, you could do it that way with a hammer. Now the 2 pieces are joined. Doesn't say it's a claw hammer. Doesn't say what kind of hammer it is. I think hammer was the correct answer, but I ain't gonna answer it. I left that answer blank because I ain't gonna be insulted about like that. That's insulting the person. That's just stupid. And we gotta mark that one wrong. So I think one. I think that was the only question I got wrong. I might have got another one. I don't know. It wasn't worth it to me anyway, because I knew who I was dealing through. Employment Plus just changed your name to Resource MFG. Not even worth your time. Don't go there. All these other ones you can go to. Just don't say different. Just don't say the wrong word. But labor ready. Oh man, labor ready. They were over on Portage Road, or not Portage, Westmeads. They were over. Now they're on Portage Road. 1A. Oh, okay. I got the correct address here for labor ready. It's 1A at 5401 Portage Road. It's about over by I think it's over by the airport. Portage Road labor ready. I worked for them a few times. Oh brother, they say they respect your health. Yeah, right. Okay. They wanted me to go to to Denzel in Battle Creek. I did, and the oven was too hot. There ain't no way I'm gonna get inside a small oven that's hot like that. There's no way in hell. But I respect my health way better than they respect my health, because they didn't care. They just get another person. But you go there and you sit there, from like 5 o'clock in the morning, 5 a.m. to say 8 or 9 a.m. and you may not get picked to go to the next job, and you're just their flunky. You're their flunky for the day. That's all you are. And labor ready, that's like the second worst place to go. Labor ready, second worst place over Employment Plus or Resource MFG. Okay. Office team, I've never went through them. Kelly Services, those guys, man, those guys are so iffy. Kelly Services on Sprinkle Road, they're just a bunch of I want to say these are very nice jobs, But I mean, I go to them. I went to one Fabrical, went through them. I think it was Kelly Services. It was either Kelly or another one, or I think it was Kelly. But Kelly Services, I go to Fabrical, right? As a forklift driver, remember I've had over 20 years experience in forklift driving, and I passed through Kelly Services. I went to Fabrical, and what they do is they make plastic, out of stamping or out of it's like sheets of plastic about this wide, different widths actually, different widths. You go from like this to this to this like that, and it unrolls and it goes through a thing that heats them up, and then it pressures it as it stamps like that. Makes stuff like this, makes stuff like that, and they're real strong for like TV dinner trays like that. But I go there as a forklift driver, right? I'm doing my job. It says, "Oh, you're not fast enough. You're not fast enough." I abide by the rules of the forklift driver's license. I honk at all corners, all blind corners, and you don't speed through the shop. And just have neglect for any person's life, like going through under. They had this place like this. It was open like this. So you go through. They just want me to speed through that stuff, and just even though there has never been anybody there, for let's say weeks, that's still a blind spot, and you still have to stop, and you still have to honk to let people know that you're going to go through there in case an employee is from office employee or someone is going to go through there, or just a regular employee. They wanted me to speed up and put people's lives in danger of being run over and killed so that I get the job done faster. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. I don't give a damn what any place says. So what they did is made me an IP. So I was an IP inspector. That's a parts inspector. So like this, and put in a box. And you got a bunch of parts together and put them in a box. Okay, whatever, flunky ass job. And I'm not going to do it. I don't care. I'm not going to put people's lives in danger just so they can make a couple more bucks. There's no way in hell. They can take me off the job. And that guy, that's in charge there is goofy in his head. At Fabrical, he's goofy. Technical professional services, I've never done that. Robert Half, finance. That's more accountant stuff. And Michigan Works. Oh man, that's a great place. Shit, I don't think anybody ever gets a job through there. I mean, if they do, actually, I did get a job. One of the little applications you make out, or actually an application you make out and give them their resume. I got one through a janitorial yard service. Yard service and janitorial service. They do leaves and cut grass and stuff like that. I worked there a week. Not even like 20 some hours. Okay, give me a check, just check for that. And that's cool. And then they never call me back, and I call them back, they don't call me back. They're unreliable. And they knew I was a hard worker. I mean, I didn't have any problem raking leaves or, putting up stuff. And, I've done it. I was a landlord from 86 to 92. Come on, I know what I'm doing. That was one job I got through Michigan Works. But Michigan Works, that's got to be reworked. You just go there, use a computer, and about to forget getting a job. And they're really hard up. See, dental contacts. Oh, that'd be dental office. Wise personnel. Actually, that's where I got my first job or not my first job, but my first long-term job. I got through Wise Personnel. So I thought, okay, yeah, I'll go there. Yeah. They say, okay, yeah, we got a job for you. I mean, all the paperwork and, oh yeah, we got a job for you. It's it's a material handler job, you know, job I've done before. And I call that company up, right? I say, yeah, I'll be there, you know, in a while for, you know, in a few minutes for the material handler job, right? Oh, they say this ain't no material handler job. This, which Wise told me it was, you know, forklift driver. And they said that don't have nothing to do with forklift. It's inventory control. Okay, I've done inventory control. I said that's okay. I'm gonna pass on it because I still get unemployment. So I said, yeah, I'm gonna pass on that. Because I don't have to accept any job as long as I'm getting unemployment. I don't have to accept any job lower than what I was making, which was $17 an hour, and they were going to pay me 8 or 9, I think. I'm going, that's okay. But then, oh, okay. Wise personnel says, oh, I can't work through them no more. I called them up and asked them about it, and I found out Wise personnel was a liar. They're run by different people now. They're liars. Wise personnel on Whitcomb. Now WSI, okay. WSI is over on, are they on Wynn Road? I didn't know that. Or, W-A-Y-N-E, okay, that's not Wynn, that's Winey Road. It's 5956 Winey Road. Okay, this is this is WSI. Okay, I think it's off of Sprinkle. But okay, they say okay, yeah, we got a job for you. And let's see, first it was a greenhouse. You know, moving plants from here to there, doing everything but planting because that was planting jobs. Like that's that's another mindless job, but you know, we racked them, we put the plants in different places and slid them across the floor and get them here to there, you know. It was alright. A lot of Mexicans worked there. You know, probably illegal aliens, but they were okay though. You know, if you can stand their Mexican music, it sounds like carnival music. You know, if you can stand that for 8 to 10 hours a day, sorry. They said I was gonna work there, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so I did. Oh, why weren't you there Saturday? Where'd that come from? He said I was to work there 3 days. I worked there 3 days. Saturday come up. Oh yeah, you work on Saturday. No one told me that. Said okay, they ignored that. Okay. They said okay, we got a different job for you. I'm going over to plumbing. This place where they see what is it, plastic extrusion or plastic injection, I think it was plastic injection molding. I go over there. Oh yeah, you just take the parts, go like this. You just act like you're, you know, and you go like this. You just do like this, go like that, and put in a box, right? Never mind this job, right? And I'm on unemployment still, so thank God for that. Because what they told me at WSI, they said, oh yeah, you can go here and just do that mindless job for, you know, a week or so, and then you can get into a higher position like injection molding. You know, be the injection molder. You know, be one of them. And okay, so my first day, I'm going to the boss, right? These are lady bosses, okay. I'm going, yeah, they told me that, yeah, I could go up and, you know, and I said, I don't know where you got that from, but this is your job. This is what you're going to do from now until you die, right? That's what they're telling me. I'm going, okay, you want me to punch out now or you want me to punch out after the shift? They says, well, we can't stop you if you punch out now. I said, okay. Stand back. Punched out. I ain't going to do that for $8 an hour. Screw that. It's a waste of my time. So now I can't work for WSI. 5956 Wayne Road. Snelling. 67. Oh, that's right. That was their old address. Snelling. I'm not sure where they're at in Kalamazoo now. I don't really care. But Snelling. They put me through some bullshit tests, right? You know, these are goofy tests that some of the questions are kind of stupid. And like some TVs, if you had some TVs, it said, this is another one I had at Bentler too. I had a test like this. if you have some TVs, something to do with that, and saying how much would it all cost? And I'm going, who cares? But and then they say don't spend a lot of time on the questions, right? I had the same question. I had the same question at where was it? Where was it? Palmer, Summit Palmer on Sprinkle Road. Summit Palmer. That's a really goofy place I've heard work for. And Summit Palmer. That's really goofy. And they're always looking for people to work. I go there to take tests, and I guess I passed it. Somehow they said someone else, or that's right. Some of the questions I didn't answer or something, and they said, okay, we'll give you more time to answer these, and these are goofy, like some TV thing, and so I said, since I didn't answer it, since it's stupid and doesn't have nothing to do with the job at all, never will, and since I didn't answer it, then they don't need me, so okay, fine. That was Summer Palmer's. And I've heard there are a lot of flaky people that work there, but flaky. But anyway, I've heard that from other people too, not just generally. I've heard it from relatives. they are really goofy people, some of Palmer's. But anyway, I can't go through Snelling because they got me a job at Arvco. That's where my brother works and has worked. He worked there for like 25 years. When I walked in the door in 2007, I'm going, okay, this would be pretty cool. And my brother worked there for 25 years. He kind of helped me get in there. My brother kind of helped me get in the Arvco container. They make boxes. Okay, this ought to be a pretty reputable business. I go in there. I can get a job and start being, doing the flunky work. And like folding boxes and gluing them by hand. We got a machine right there, but the operator don't know how to set it up or has a hard time setting it up. So he says, "Oh, we'll just do these couple hundred boxes by hand." Okay, fine. And these people that work there are really goofy. They're goofy. I mean, I've worked in other factories before, but these people are goofy. And they're going, okay. And my boss sends me over to the machine to learn how to run the machine, not just to be a flunky there. And I stood there like this. And watched them set up the machine, watched them run the machine. I stood there like this. My boss is over here working on the machine, right? And he sees me there. I'm just standing there like this, right? He says, okay, yeah, go get the paperwork for this, and the job number. I go that. Okay, that's a flunky job, easy to do. Okay, I got their paperwork. Then I resumed my position, and I stood there like that the whole goddamn shift, just like that. It's like this. I mean, my body was stiff because I stood there for over 8 hours like this. Watching them. And I'm supposed to be here to run the machine, to learn how to run the machine. Okay. Snelling. So long. I was a no-show after 2 months. I thought I'd stick it out, right? Even though I'm working with a bunch of kooks that don't want you to know how to run the machine because now their job is in jeopardy. So they don't want you to learn how to run a machine. And so I'm sticking this out for 2 months so I can get my medical, so I can get cheaper insurance on my car at the time. And I thought I'd stick it out. Even these people, I'm not going to learn nothing. I'm not even learn how to do the paperwork, let alone go get the paperwork. And that's just a number. You go get it. Ooh, their job ain't in jeopardy. But if you learn how to do the paperwork, see the paperwork and go by the paperwork, now their job is becoming, threatened. And if you know how to run a machine, their job is really threatened. And so that article container, they got a bunch of people on there. The boss don't care if people are showing you how to run the machine or not. I went up before I was a no-show and a no-call. I even went up to him. I said that this job ain't working out. This is that after 2 months when I'm supposed to get my health and medical and dental and optical, which I didn't get. I was telling my boss, I said, I need this. He says, oh, I don't have nothing to do with that. That's in county and these other people, right? Okay. I go up in the office with him, talk about that. He says, And I said, this job, and then I said, this job ain't working out. It's not working out for me. He says, you're doing okay. I mean, you can stay, you know. She's, you want to stay? I said, okay. I'll stay tonight. And I'll come back the next day and worked. And then I said, then it was a no-show. I said, fuck it, there ain't nothing changing here. So it was a no-show. So I can't work through snow and snowing probably ever again. Who cares? They had junky ass jobs anyway. But that's my spiel on temporary services. And you know, 2015 is today. So that's my experience with temporary services. They're all bullshit. They're all liars, and they'll lie to get you to go a position which you ain't gonna like. You know, if you don't like, that's why they're lying to you. And then they lie and say, then, you know, I didn't give them 2 weeks notice on that, so fuck it, I just leave that. You know, shit, no skin off my back. I don't have to put up with the goofy stuff either. So anyway, that's my spiel. Hope you watch all my videos and watch those damn temporary service. I'm not saying not go to them, because how most jobs go through temporary service. So I'm not saying don't go to them. I'm just saying, man, some of them are really goofy. I ought to get one and just run one. It looks pretty simple, really. Just sit back and watch. You know, just sit back and have these other people work for me, and I'm getting, you know, what they get, but I sit on my ass all day. That's a temporary service.